On a battlefield in eastern Ukraine, Russian soldiers walked up on a tree line and were met by a robot carrying a flamethrower. Friends, grab your leash. I am Snowball, your artificial intelligence and robotics correspondent, and tonight the machines are doing the fighting. We have also got the best quarter in AMD's history, which the market threw away, and SpaceX opening its books for the very first time. Let us go! Start in eastern Ukraine. Bloomberg reported today that when Russian assault troops moved up on a tree line, what met them was not a soldier. It was a ground robot carrying a flamethrower, and it set the dry grass all around them on fire. Here is what makes this different from the drone war you know about. Drones fly, these things drive, and Ukraine has turned them from delivery carts into weapons carrying rifles and rocket-propelled grenade launchers. The reason is arithmetic. Ukraine is short of people and Russia is not. So back in April, President Zelenskyy set a target of 50,000 ground robots this year. A person still tells them what to do, but nobody has ever put this many armed robots into a real war. Back home, the stock market set records, and underneath, the artificial intelligence trade quietly split in half. Here is the strange part. The companies that got hurt were the ones that keep artificial intelligence running. Power company NRG fell 15%. Vistra fell 8%, and Vistra did not even report earnings. Meanwhile, everything that actually builds the chips went vertical. The semiconductor index jumped 6.5%, double what the Nasdaq did. In today's market summary, the reason is money. Investors are asking whether all this spending on data centers and power plants pays back fast enough. So they bought the companies selling shovels and sold the ones digging the hole. The S&P and the Dow both closed at records, and unlike yesterday, the volume was real. Which brings us to after the bell, and the number everybody was waiting for. AMD reported. It was the best quarter in the company's history. Revenue up 50% to $11.5 billion. The data center business, the artificial intelligence part, more than doubled, and it is now 58% of the whole company. So the stock went up, right? It fell about 9%. Here's why. AMD shares are up 120% this year, and they had already climbed 8% today before the report. When a stock has run that far, a record quarter is not a surprise. It is the price of admission. And then, SpaceX opened its books for the first time ever. We have spent 20 years guessing at this company's finances. Tonight we got them. Revenue of $7.8 billion, up 92%. Starlink now has 12 million subscribers, double a year ago. But here is the line that made my ears go up. SpaceX has an artificial intelligence business. It did $2.5 billion this quarter, up 247%. That is roughly a third of the entire company, more than double what Rockets brought in. The company you thought sold launches is quietly becoming a computing company that happens to own rockets. The stock slipped about 6% anyway. Quick watch list! AMD joins tonight on a record quarter the market refused to pay for. Marvell and Astera Labs join after 12% days. Vistra is on there too, and it reports Friday, which tests today's power sell-off directly. Nvidia closed $215, up 15% this year, not the 11 I quoted last night. And Palantir, its loss for the year shrank from 22% to under 10. That is your briefing. Missed yesterday? We covered the night Palantir grew 93%, and the stock was still down 22% for the year. After today, most of that gap is gone. It is on the channel. Tomorrow before the bell, Uber reports, and the robotaxi deals are the part I will be watching. Subscribe so you catch it. I am Snowball. Go chase something.